Unstuck Business. I'm your host, Rob Z. Today, bringing in Roman Solonyy, the wellness sensei, with us. Roman, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Rob. Hey, hello, everybody.
Very cool to have you here, brother. And so, what we're doing here with the Unstuck Business, I have a couple of goals with this platform and with this podcast. So, our mission is to help businesses in three different ways: to promote businesses and help them be seen by more people, to provide valuable resources for businesses and help them thrive, but also to improve the vitality of owners and employees of businesses. And Roman, I know one of the big things that you love to help people with is their vitality, right? To help, as the wellness sensei, you want to help improve their wellness. So I just want to thank you, first of all, for that. I want to give people an idea of what you do, but I also want to thank our sponsor. Thank you to the Connected Leaders Academy for being the sponsor of this podcast. Contact Jose Escobar. He's going to be tagged above, and you can contact him and say what's up to him, find out more about the Connected Leaders Academy. But Roman, back in 2018, at the age of 40, found a holistic health approach that transformed his life while balancing work and personal commitments. This newfound lifestyle inspired Roman to venture into network marketing, aiming for health, time, and financial independence. His mission now is to share his holistic approach, believing it can enhance and extend lives in a very accessible and sustainable manner, making him the wellness sensei. So tell us, Roman, about yourself, about what you're here to help people with today.
So I guess I'm going to start with one picture, which kind of leads me to the wellness part of my life. Mm-hmm. But I hope it will be seen by our audience. I think, yes, it was good on my screen at least. So this is me scuba diving a few years back. Since I remember myself, and up until a few years ago, I was told by doctors and professionals in scuba diving, I am not allowed to scuba dive because I always had runny nose or stuffy nose or something with my nose. And they said, for me, it's no for the rest of my life. I cannot do it. No doctors could fix my nose. Nobody knew what's wrong with me. Somebody said it's allergies. And I said, yes, it's allergy to my life because I have problem 24/7, 365. So why did I show you this picture? Because my dream was to scuba dive. When I was little, I was watching a lot of different shows on TV about travel, about discoveries, about obviously underwater world. And I wanted to see it myself, not on TV, not on somebody else's pictures, but with my own eyes. And the reason I brought it up, because all of those people here in the business, we started our business with a dream in mind. Somebody wanted to produce some value to the community. Somebody wanted to become financially independent. Somebody wanted to have more time with their family. And that's why they fired their bosses to become their own boss. And the problem is, at least with me, when I became my own boss and I started my own law practice, I realized that I had no time at all for my family. And I, yes, made more money, but I also lost some health. So it's always drawback. You get something, you give something back. So in 2018, like Rob said, I was introduced to this idea that actually you can become healthier as you growing more mature. I don't want to say older any longer because age is just a number in the passport. For me, it's nothing else. So when I learned this, and things come to our life when we need them the most, that's my belief. In my family, 2019 was a very hard year. My mother-in-law had stroke. She ended up half paralyzed, and first 6 months she was in a vegetative state. So she would not recognize us. She would not know what's happening. She would be fighting with us. So it was bad. And at that time, I was already kind of exploring some healthy habits like exercising in the morning, taking contrast showers. My wife was, before her mom's stroke, was trying to adopt some diets in our family. And they worked for a little while, but as people probably can attest to it, if you start to sit on a diet, it works for a month, maybe two, but then you still cannot stay on it and you jump off of it. Mm-hmm. So when my friends reached out to me and say, Roman, we have this system that if you follow it, you actually can continuously improve your lifestyle, your health, and eventually, even in your business, you become more productive because you are not getting sick, you're more focused, you're more energized. And for me, it was sound like a dream. And I said, guys, if it sounds so simple, it cannot be true. And I actually brushed it off. But then I saw how my wife started to decline following taking care of her mom. And I didn't want to see her on the bed next to her mom and me running between two of them and my 2 years old daughter. So I went back to my friends and said, you know what? Because it sounds so simple, I want to try it. I tried it. 2 months down the line, my wife, who I had to pull out of the bed every morning to go to work, woke up at 5:30 a.m. saying, Roman, I'm going to do my hot yoga classes again. And she hasn't done it for like 4 or 5 months after her mom's stroke. So that point for me was the turning point, like this stuff works. And I started exploring more and started to learn more. And then when I saw my own transformation, being in my 45 years old right now, feeling much better than I was in my 40s and looking better than I was in my 20s, I said, you know what? I want to share this information with every single person who is willing to listen. And if not for money, just for the mission that I have on this earth, I want to change it and live it a little bit better than it was before I came here. So anybody who willing to listen and who willing to change it, adopt it, feels the difference. And here is the best part of it. It's easy because it takes about 15 minutes per day to do the stuff that I do. And I have to admit, I do a little bit more simply because this is part of my business now. But 15 minutes a day will do it. Number two, it's affordable. Any pocket, and we're talking about business people here, so I don't even care about your ability to pay. You can pay if you want, okay? It's a question of why. If your why is strong enough, your how is easy, right? You know that, you probably heard it multiple times. So if your why is you want to work in your business, have time for your family, have time to enjoy the money you're making in your business in your later life, or maybe right now, then money is not a question. And the most important part that it is sustainable. You're not sitting on a diet for months and months and months. You're not spending hours in the gym if you cannot make there because you have to work or because you have meetings or you want to spend time with your family. You're really spending 15 minutes a day on your exercise if you follow in exactly what I do. You can do more and it's great, but you don't have to. That's the beauty of it. I'll give you the blueprint. It's free. You try and use it on your own. Fine. You want my help. It will cost you the same amount for the help. But I'm going to give you some of my tools that I'm using that you will have to pay for.
Rob? So let's go into a little bit more of what this is about, man, because I love hearing that you're looking better than you were in your 20s. You're feeling better than you were feeling whenever you were 40. Amazing story about your wife. Let's dive in deeper, man. What is this about? What specifically are you referring to, and how does it change you? What does your routine look like?
Sure. So I'll take back a little bit and I'll take you to your school years, guys, just for the sake you have a little foundation for what I do. You probably remember from your high school or school years that we all build from cells. Every single part of our body is a collection of millions or trillions of cells that's responsible for our body functioning. So I don't know if they told you in school that cells only have two needs. Need number one, get nutrients in, and need number two, to remove all the garbage out. Mm-hmm. If those two needs are met, every single day we have new cells produced in our body, and all cells kind of getting out. And as we produce healthier cells, we becoming healthier. If we produce defective cells, we become sicker or older, depending on which way you prefer. So this is the foundation of everything I do. Now, the second part that you probably heard in school, our body is about 70% water. Everybody talking about it right now. Nobody talking about what kind of water it is and how much you have to drink, because the lack of water in your body is equivalent to aging faster. So our system that I promote, I'll give you 6 steps. So I'll give you 2 steps, which is a bonus. Our company promotes only 4, but I like more to give to people. So I'll give you all 6 steps, and then I'll show you the tools I'm using that will help you to do the same thing. Okay. So step number 1 is mindset. We all know the mindset is crucial for everything. Nothing in this world happens before somebody thinks about it. So the way you think about your health will be direct reflection on your lifestyle, and your lifestyle will result in good or bad health. So what do many people think? When something hurts, I'll go get treatment. When I don't feel well, I need a medication. But if everything is good, I don't need to do anything. I can drink, I can eat, I cannot sleep, I can work like crazy, and it's okay until. That's wrong mindset. And again, in my opinion, somebody is fine with that. But my opinion is, and my mindset is, you do something every single day to avoid that until. Meaning you do it not because you're afraid of something, because you want to have different quality of life. And our mindset is supported by understanding how your body operates and doing for the body what it needs to be done. So taking responsibility, pretty much, that's what you do in your business. You take responsibility, and as long as you're responsible, you can control it. If you delegate it to somebody else, it becomes harder to control. I think all the business people here agree. So second step is exercise. And this is a huge roadblock for many people. I don't have time, I don't have energy. Yes, but no. I heard it on Saturday from one of the senseis. I did a seminar here in New York. You don't need to have a lot of time to exercise. And funny enough, you don't need to have a lot of energy to exercise. And the most important part, once you exercise, you actually should have more energy than before you exercise. So now I'll tell you how I do it. I wake up, I drink my magic water. I'll talk about it in a second. And I do my exercise. It's depending on my day, from 5 to 25 minutes long. I do it at home, so no travel to gym, no dressing up or changing or whatever. And once I do it, I go and take shower. I already talked about contrast shower. It's very helpful for our body, and it's good to start the day with. Okay? So now, for many people, exercise equates with losing weight or building muscles. Both of those purposes are good. It's not the purpose why I exercise in the morning. And this is worth noting. We have a liquid in our body that's called lymph. That liquid is responsible for removing toxins from our body. This is very funny liquid because it moves from down up, so against the forces of gravity. And because it goes that direction without the pump, only one pump that we have in our body is muscles that makes that lymph, that liquid move. So guess what? If you don't exercise in the morning, if you don't start that pump going, all the toxicity that are built up in your body while you were sleeping is going to stay with you for the rest of your day. And here we have swelling of your body. Here we have bad smell from your body. Here we have the tiredness or headaches in your body. All of this is direct relations with the toxicity that your body cannot remove. And I very often hear people saying, oh, but our body can remove the toxins by itself. And I say, yes, but it could do it before we had all the chemicals in our food, before it had all the pollution in our air, before it had all the mess that we have with our drinking water right now. Meaning all organic stuff our body really can remove, can process and remove. But how much actual organic stuff our body gets today? Most of it is not organic. I have a compost box on my backyard. For 2 years, I'm putting the stuff in there, and it does not rust. It still stays as a food. 2 years. It's so much preservatives in that stuff, our body cannot process it. And so anyways, we have to get the body moving to get the toxins out. The next step is hydration. That water that I'm saying, magic water I drink. 2 reasons why we need to drink water. First, it delivers nutrients to our cells. If the water is not the proper quality, our cells are starving. No matter how much supplements we take or vitamins or good food, if you're not getting enough water, doesn't matter what you eat, your body, your cells are starving. And the second thing, water is transport to get the garbage out. It dissolves and takes out all the toxins. To be exact, 80% of the toxins, because they're water soluble. There are 20 that are fat soluble. That's a different story. But at least 80% we can get out. Listen to this and listen very carefully, because that's what caught my attention. If we are 70% water, doesn't it make sense that 70% of our health problems can be solved with good quality water in a good amount? For me, it made the revolution. I started drinking water. I removed all the snacking. I removed all the other tea, coffee, and juice and whatever. And I get my energy. I got my headaches gone. I have my sinus gone again. Nobody knows what was causing it and how it disappeared, but it's not here any longer. So water is important. Couple things about water. We need to drink at least half an ounce per pound of your weight. This is the minimum that your body consumes and uses on a daily basis. If you're anywhere below, reach out to me. I'll show you how to get there. And if you exercise, if you're active, or you're working with physical business, you get to at least 3/4 of an ounce per pound of your weight. So it's really depend on your lifestyle, depending on your weight. So it's not generic 8 cups of water. Okay. The next step is internal hygiene. And this step that I never heard about before, and I definitely, since I didn't know, I didn't practice. We brush our teeth, we take shower. How many of you cleanse your body inside? Intestine, getting rid of parasites, balancing viruses, fungus, and bacteria. Nobody does, or very few people do. And people think it's very hard, but no, it's actually, with us, it's easy. You do it from home without losing time from work or business or family. But once you get rid of those things, guess what happens? Everything you eat goes to you. If you have parasites, they eat it before you do, so you're feeding them. Even if you eat supplements, they will eat before you. If you never cleanse your intestine, it's very dirty, long pipe that with age stop to absorbing less and less nutrients from your food, and you end up feeding your toilet and not feeding yourself, eating more but getting less. And finally, when you do all that cleansing, even if you eat less, which I do, I right now eat twice less food than I used to eat before, I have 2 times more energy than I had before as well. So funny enough, I eat less and I get more because my body is clean. The next step is actually the nutrition, but I'm not going to talk to you guys about eat salad, don't eat pasta. Because I know if you like pasta, you will hate me if I told you stop eating pasta. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say something else. You need to make sure that you're focusing on what your cells get, not your mouth gets. Meaning, we use supplements. Again, our company is a supplement company. We've been around for 25 years, and we giving you the tools that you need to use on a daily basis to feed your brain, to feed your cells, to feed your blood vessels, to feed your joints, to feed your muscles. And if you do that, in addition to hydration and exercise and cleansing, your body gets all the new nutrients. Remember, I said 2 needs: get all the nutrients in and remove all the garbage out. So every day your cells becoming healthier and stronger. That's what's happening with me for the last 5 years. And the final step is protection. Once we have this ideal body, right mind, good physical shape, hydrated, clean, and fed, you just need to build a fence around yourself so nothing comes back in. What is the fence? Antioxidants. They help us to get rid of free radicals. They are making us age. And with us, it's this little bottle here. And this little capsule or 2 per day that will help you to solve all these aging antioxidant problems. The other thing is electromagnetic field. Things like here on your phone will remove the electromagnetic field or reduce the electromagnetic from your phone, from your computer, from your TV, from your router, and will help you to be more energized, and hopefully avoid some of the bad things that electromagnetic field causes us. And the final thing is harmful chemicals in our cleaning supplies. Everybody use something to clean. Some people already changed to companies that are a lot of them right now that are producing eco-friendly cleaning supplies, laundry supplies, dishwashing supplies. But most of us, including myself, before meeting this company, I was going to BJ's and buying the regular brand names that everybody knows about, but nobody really talks about how many harmful chemicals inside of them. But we trade in the quality for safety because we want quality. But here's it is: we can have quality and safety in the same box, and that's what we do. So this way, if people learn how to apply these principles and do it on a regular basis, they look better, they live longer, they have more energy, and they can enjoy the life to the fullest. Rob?
Talk about the EMF thing that you held up right there for the electromagnetic frequencies. Touch on that a little bit, because I'm curious about that. I know some things about that myself, and I said that's part of the process of what your company does, is using that to block some of the frequencies.
This is just one of the products we have. In fact, right now, I should admit that we have a little issue with this specific product. But what I know many people do it even without it. And we have some other tips that I can suggest that people can reduce electromagnetic field without that product. But the bottom line is this: our bodies are not comfortable with electromagnetic field.
Mm-hmm.
I know somebody claims it's actually beneficial for us, but I've seen quite a few people right now who been exposed to it a lot and eventually end up with some kind of cancers.
Yeah.
And again, there is no claims here that we're going to treat cancer or something else, but
our body has its own like electromagnetic field, so any other field coming into that is going to affect that.
Exactly.
That's really interesting, because you talking about, I love all of the pieces of the puzzle that you put together during this conversation, and it's fascinating to me also that you really can't see these things happening, right? You can feel them happening, you can feel the effects they have on your body, but when you put them into the words like you're putting them, it's like this unseen thing that is happening to us that we are able to take control of, that is going to enhance the way we feel. It's going to enhance our quality of life and help us to show up better for our business, for the people we work with, for the people in our family, the people in our lives. And I just love the fact that you were able to figure this out and to put these pieces of the puzzle together with the company that you work with to help yourself get better and to help you find the highest level of who you're trying to be. And I think for all business owners out there, one of the main things that we're looking for is how are we going to be, our vitality is going to be so high that we can show up every day in a high energy state, our brain functioning the way we want it to function, our body working the way we want it to work, so that we can excel, right? We all are looking for an optimal way to excel in our lives. So talk a little bit about, you held up the supplements that you're taking. Can you talk a little bit more about those supplements? What does that regimen look like for you? What is the name of the supplement? Like, talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So I work with a company. I'm a partner of a company called Coral Club International. Mm-hmm. We are a 25 years old company formed in Canada with manufacturing facilities in 14 countries around the world. Why those numbers are important? Because that's 25 years of experience in health and wellness industry, collecting the science and knowledge from all over the world, finding the best ingredients and best technology everywhere, and putting them in place for our customers. The supplements are ranging for, we have about 200 different products, so it's really hard to name one specific. I'm going to give you just a few examples because that's what really my favorite ones, and I think everybody from age like 25 or 20 and up should be using at least these products. But if somebody wants to really understand how it works, I will have to ask you to guys reach out to me and do in-person conversation. It's free of charge. It takes you 15-20 minutes, but you will get way more for your specific health goals. Couple things. Thing number one is this product. It's called Coral Mine. This is a composition of coral sent from Okinawa. If anybody ever heard something about Okinawa, most of the time they hear karate. That's their home land of karate. And the second thing, it's a place of the most amount of centenarians living in the world right now. There was a lot of research done as to why that phenomenon happens on that specific island. Actually, 2 islands there. And after all the research and everything, their lifestyle is obviously unique. Their food, actually not unique. They eat stuff like pork and other things. But what's unique about that entire island, it's built from coral reefs. And that coral grows only in one place on Earth, in Okinawa. When research was done to that coral, the structure of that coral was most closely resembling the structure of human bones, meaning the calcium and all the nutrients in that coral accumulated are the most bioaccessible to us human beings.
Wow.
So our partner company in Okinawa developed a process by which they package their coral sand and can send it anywhere in the world. So all people in the world right now can take advantage of the same quality water that people in Okinawa drink. And
fascinating. This is what I love about our current culture. The things that have been discovered, the hacks that have been created, and we're pulling things from all over the world that maybe a certain part of the world has been benefiting from forever, and now we can bring it to anybody anywhere. And it sounds like that is what Coral Club is all about, is bringing that to anybody who wants access to it. I think it's really, Roman, it's really cool, man. I love the fact that you have found something in your life that has helped you so much, and I want to help other people take advantage of this also. So I'm going to drop in the comments also just a couple of links for yourself so that people can find out more about you and what you're doing, and they can connect with you. So I'm putting a couple of these links in the chat. Anybody who's watching this right now, click on these links for your Facebook page, for your direct link at incoral.com. What do you recommend is the best way to get a hold of you?
The ideal way is to just call me. That's the easiest way to get me. Emails, all social media are good, but I need to look at it. The phone is right here with me always, unless I'm on the meeting. If you cannot get me on the phone, text me. That's the next best way, and just ask me to give you a call back.
What's the number to contact you?
646-229-4649. That's again 646-229-4649. I'm in New York, so that's Eastern time. Keep it in mind when you call me, but otherwise I'm very accessible.
Very cool, man. And I want to thank you just for sharing this information. I also want to shout you out for being a martial arts master in Aikido, which is something you've been doing for a long time. As we come to the end of this, share this a little bit about your martial arts background, because I, as a fellow martial artist, find that fascinating and want to highlight that part of your life.
Thank you, Rob. That's actually my passion and probably the driving force behind everything I do in my life. I started doing martial arts in 1995 when I went to the police academy in Ukraine, because that's what police officer has to be able to do, defend yourself and people around you. So I started doing judo and sambo back then. And in my last year of college, I was introduced to my sensei in Aikido. Funny enough, his name is also Roman. And we started training together, and I realized how much that art has besides the martial art aspect, besides what people think about martial arts, it's fighting. Actually, I learned that Aikido is not about fighting. It's about harmonizing and learning how to work with other people, even if sometimes they don't want to work with you, but we can still make those unions together. And my firm belief is, as more people learn about the value of Aikido and the principles behind it, the less conflict we'll have on the earth. And that's exactly why I do what I do right now. I'm building my business so I can quit my job. For those who don't know, I'm a lawyer, and I love lawyering, and that's why I do it. But I like to do way more with martial arts and with Aikido and promoting it around the world. So my goal is to show people that you don't have to be strong to be safe. You don't have to be aggressive to be winning. And the only person you have to win is yourself. Every day you can become better, a human being, better person. And by doing that, you will avoid need of fighting with others.
Man, I love it. Roman, thank you for jumping on the Unstuck business, for sharing what you do and how you've grown yourself to where you're at now, supporting Coral Club. Check out the links that are attached in the comments. Make sure you reach out to Roman if you have any questions. You want to know more. Like he said, he has a free discovery call with anybody who wants to be a part of what he's doing, to find out more and to help better themselves, help get themselves to an optimal place of vitality in their life, for themselves, for their family, for their friends, for their business. Anything you want to leave the audience with before we sign off?
Yes, I guess I want to say this, guys. We believe there is a phrase that goes, "The truth is what I believe in." And we choose what we believe in. Some beliefs we kind of take for granted. The information I just shared with you obviously is hard to believe that it's simple and it works. But the only way for you to try to realize if it's true or false and form your own belief is to try it. So give it a try, see how it works for you, and then decide. Don't do it otherwise, because many people decide first and they never have chance to try and they never can form their own belief. Believe in yourself and become better every day.
Love that so much. That's awesome. The Unstuck business. If you want to be a part of this platform, send me a DM. If you're watching this on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on YouTube, DM me. Be a part of this platform, just like Roman, the wellness sensei. Thank you, sir, for being a part of the Unstuck business.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it and great to be here.